Hi, I'm Michael Steele and I'm the EU representative for EFI Sports Medicine. So I'm really glad that you've joined us for some of these trainer tips. I currently live in the UK and I've been working with Gravity for the last 2 years as a master trainer in the UK. And my role now is to work with the EU as a representative for both the distributors in a sales role, as well as with the trainers to make sure that we are developing and evolving and maintaining the high standard and quality of training that is already available and evident in the US market. So today you've joined me with some of the trainer tips because I know you've watched our Functional Fun workout and you might have some questions about it. So hopefully in these tips, I'll be able to give you some of the answers. The first thing that we looked at for Functional Fun was, for me, was molding some of the two of my favorite aspects of working out. The first thing is the group environment. That is my background. I absolutely love group classes. I started training as a group instructor in 1989. Some of you might not know what year that is, but it's a long time ago. And I've been doing that ever since. Added to that, I've become very, very involved in the personal training side of things. So being able to bring those two markets together has been fantastic on this one piece of equipment. So Functional Fun gave me the opportunity to take all the favorite things that I love doing in a group sequence and then some of my favorite bits out of a PT and putting them together. Because like you, I suppose you've also already realized that you've probably got quite a savvy group of people exercising and they like to keep fresh and moving on and evolved, and the word functional is probably one of the most popular words in our industry today. So Functional Fun for me was being able to replicate lots of the movements that we do in everyday life. So you would have seen that we hardly ever just did one movement on its own, or if we did, we put it straight away with something else. Most of the movements are a combination of flexion and extension and rotation. So we were crossing what you already know that we term that range of triplane movement. If you go and look at some of the garage clips, you'll see that we also used equipment. For instance, we brought in the ball as well. So replicating those everyday movements, throwing and catching, we visited speed skater lunge, and these are some of the exercises that as a trainer, I love putting into my class because it makes it a little bit different. Not only does it challenge my participants from a physical level, if you're looking at the way I used the timing, we were using slower reps, we were losing a lot more of the concentric action in the muscle, but we were also playing with the range and the lever length. So those are the two things that were really, really important for me to do in this class. As an instructor for Functional Fun, you have to really be able to stay on top of your cueing, because your participant is not only feeling something different, but they're engaging their brain in a different way because the movement patterns are not going to be as familiar to them as they were in the traditional group classes that you and I have both been teaching for quite a while. So when you go back to look at the Functional Fun, try to break down the movements, see how they evolve. Please, please, please be more than welcome to vary the timings, but my only one word of caution is try not to go too fast. So you will see that we did what we call half tempo, and in that half tempo we might have accented the pull and then taken our time on the return, or we might have accented it the other way around and had a slower start and a quicker finish. And these are all the variables that not only train the brain, but are an effective way to really train the muscles.